Himmler, wanting to know why productivity per person was double in private industry to what it was in the concentration camps. One idea he came up with was setting up of brothels for prisoners, and the first was established in Mauthausen in June 1942. The brothel visitors were initially only prisoner functionaries, the capos. Only from 1943, after the introduction of the bonus system, were other prisoners allowed to visit the brothel. SS men were not allowed to visit the camp brothel. The SS had to use those in the city. Exceptions were those SS guards who had been Red Army prisoners and had changed sides, usually to avoid starving to death. Jewish prisoners and Soviet prisoners of war were never allowed to visit the brothel. At first, the brothels were frequented by prisoners who could physically afford it. Later, however, the number of visitors fell rapidly. Many political prisoners refused to visit a brothel for moral reasons. For most prisoners, the camp brothel was meaningless in the daily struggle for survival and was perceived as a grotesque facility. The visitors can be roughly divided into three groups. There were regular visitors who were physically fit enough. There were the sporadic visitors who were looking for interpersonal contact with a woman. It must be remembered that prisoners who had been in a concentration camp since the beginning of the Nazi regime may not have seen a woman for up to 10 years. There were sometimes even emotional relationships that developed between the inmates and the forced prostitutes, despite the strict ban imposed by the SS. The last group of visitors are the one-time visitors, often men who knew that they would not live much longer and wanted to experience physical contact with a woman one last time.